It's a female night. We have with us the drummer of Nervosa, Eleni Nota. Hi, Eleni, for being with us. It's a really an honor to have such a huge drummer from a huge band, thrash metal, female band. This is the best things. I want to just go straight with the first questions, asking you just to introduce, of course, you first, Nervosa, and the actual lineup.
Nervosa of 2020 is a mixture of ethnicities from now on. Yes, the band changed the lineup on May 2020. We
Yeah,
have a new vocalist, a new bassist, and a new drummer, me.
yeah.
Um, yes, now we are Brazilian, Spanish, an Italian, and a Greek.
That's, it's like all the world, but always from
Yes,
the
right?
south.
Yeah, yes, we're all Mediterranean Latin,
Yeah, that's
so
great. That's great.
we get along greatly together.
That's amazing. Yeah. And what about
So,
you?
and me, you mean how I joined
Yeah,
Nervosa? So, it was during the first quarantine in Greece
yeah,
due to COVID-19. And this is the time that Luana D'Ameto, the previous Nervosa drummer, left the band. So Prika was
yes,
looking for a new drummer. And
yes.
she saw in an Instagram page called Female Drummers that they had uploaded one of my drum covers, a drum cover of Slipknot, and selected. So she sent me an email asking me if I'm interested in auditioning for Nervosa. So, out of the
It's,
blue during a quarantine, I check my
it
emails and I see this
was
email.
like what the hell is going on?
Yeah, it was pretty much like this. I started screaming like, "No, what is happening to me?" It was, pretty
Right
weird
now.
because I wasn't expecting it.
Yes, sure.
So, of course, I answered yes, I'm interested, and we arranged an audition, but through Skype because
Yeah.
due to the quarantine we couldn't meet.
Yes, yes.
And I did audition. Also, I did a mini interview, so Prika Amaral could get to know me. She also, one of my tests was to compose drums for one of the upcoming Nervosa songs to see how, to see my approach in composition.
Yes. And do
And
you
after,
think
uh,
continue.
uh, and after 2 days, she said to me, "Okay, you're the new drummer of Nervosa." And
And
it was,
since you are one, we can say each from different countries. How is going the developing of an album? Because it's not like come on guys, just go to a garage and play or to a studio and record. It's not easy.
yeah, it's not very easy, but we made it work thanks to
Mhm.
the internet. Now it's
Yeah.
possible for this to work. Also, it was, we're pretty much lucky because due to the quarantine, we had more free time.
Yeah,
So
sure.
we were exchanging ideas. Prika was sending riffs, I was composing the drums, Diva was
Yeah,
adding vocals on top. So we had a kind of a basis,
yeah.
a decent structure. So we could say like we had 17%, 70% of the songs ready as a
Wow.
pre-production. And then when we went to Spain to record, we had this basic structure. Of course, we changed a lot of things during the
Yeah.
recording, but yeah, we had a pretty decent structure to begin with.
That's amazing. Because despite everything, you recorded an album, and I hope that there in the future there are, of course, planning a tour with this because you didn't tour with this current lineup. So,
Yes.
but speaking about before going to speaking about Nervosa past, present, and future, speaking about a little bit you, Eleni, you had other side projects apart from Nervosa.
Uh, I don't have a main band right now apart from Nervosa. It's my only band,
I
but
speak in the
yeah.
past.
Sorry. Yes, I've played in some bands. The most notable one is called Mask of Prospero.
Hmm?
We were all Greek, and we
Yeah.
played a mix of progressive metal with
Progressive.
metalcore,
Yeah.
and to some other metal bands, Ghost Prison, Inferno. There were kind of a lot in the past,
Yes, I
but
remember. Yeah, because I mean, Greece has such huge thrash metal bands. Like I interviewed Suicidal Angels from Greece.
oh
They
yeah,
are
I know the guys.
gas. I interviewed Gas Drugs. They are amazing. Also, Rotting
Yeah, they are
Christ. I mean,
amazing.
huge band. So even in Italy, we have to be. I mean, we have to be proud that also the Mediterranean scene is going good. And
Yes,
of
actually,
course,
Mediterranean, yeah,
yeah,
has a lot of good metal bands.
and of course, I mean, being an all-female band, because there has been in history music in the musical in history of the music, we can say it all-female band. But most of the time, they were just like glam metal band, like Vixen, for example. But thrash
Yes,
metal woman, it's a new thing, we can say.
yes,
How do you feel
yeah,
to
it's
be
new.
in like being I mean, whole thrash women? How is being
Oh,
in because
I'm really
yeah.
proud. I'm really proud of it because yeah, we do something that um, it's kind of new, and
Yeah,
it's a nice symbol for young girls. Because when I
yes,
was growing up, I
I
didn't
agree.
have a band like this to look up to.
Yeah,
Only the more rock old bands, but not
yeah, you're
a
right.
powerful metal band of women.
Yes, you're
So
right.
I'm happy that we can provide this to young
Yes, for the new
girls.
generation, of course, because maybe new teenagers now are looking at you and the other girl saying, "I want to be like Lena." So maybe because, especially for the drummer, women. I mean, women that play drums are so hard to find, and especially in the thrash metal scene. And because
Yes,
thrash
yes.
metal, we all knew that it's always been a Bay Area. And I want to ask you this: Nervosa is inspired more by the thrash metal Bay Area or the Teutonical one? Like say the Creator Sodom and like that. In your opinion, of course, always.
Uh, I would say kind of both.
Yeah.
Of course, Prika is the right person to answer this because
Yes.
she is the main composer. But I think
Yeah.
she likes both because I see her that she finds inspiration from the whole
Yeah.
thrash metal scene. She
Yeah.
loves Creator and Sodom, but she also loves Sepultura, Slayer, Anthrax,
Yes.
Metallica. She likes
So
pretty much every thrash metal band that exists.
yes, it's always in a way in the south. So it's always became
Yeah.
from the same part. And just going a little bit back in the history of Nervosa. Of
Mm.
course, there are released renowned three albums: Victim of Yourself, Agonies, and Downfall of Mankind. If I'm not wrong, I don't want to
Yes.
go deep into each album because, of course, this new lineup. I want to focus a little bit in the new album that is coming out. But I want to know, in your opinion, just we can say a quickly review of these three albums. In your opinion, what is changed? What do you think about it? If there is some song that you want to recommend to, I don't know, newbie fans that they never heard a spot. It's hard to sound, but maybe the newbie fans that say, "I'm interested in Nervosa. Which song or album I could listen to?"
Yeah, both all three albums are great because from the start, Nervosa was a powerful thrash metal band, but
Mhm.
it's important to listen to all of them because you can see the evolution of the band.
Yeah.
The evolution is amazing, and especially Downfall of Mankind
Hmm.
because it's the last one with the old lineup.
Yeah.
You can see that it's kind of close to Perpetual Chaos than
Hmm.
the previous two albums.
Yes.
So, uh, if I had to recommend one album before Perpetual Chaos to listen to, it's definitely Downfall of Mankind. I think it's their strongest one
Yeah.
from the old albums. Um, and yeah, I think that it's an amazing album. Actually, I was hooked to it, and when Prika told me that I'm
Yes.
drummer
Sure.
Nervosa, I started playing it from start to finish, Downfall of Mankind. So
That's amazing.
it's yeah, it's an amazing album, and I would recommend, of course, songs like "Kill the Silent"
Yeah.
and "Raise Your Face," "Never Forget, Never Repeat." They are all
Yeah,
amazing songs to listen. If you're a newbie fan of Nervosa, apart
yeah.
of course from Perpetual Chaos, which is a
It's
really
most
good
famous.
album.
Yes,
Yeah, listen to Downfall of Mankind, and of course to the other two albums as well. But I think this is the strongest one from the old
yes.
album.
And also, I saw that you were on the cover on. I mean, it should be Decibel magazine. I mean, you a band,
Yes,
female band going in the cover on we are not we are not speaking of webzine. We're speaking of magazine. That even if
yes,
we can say it's an old things and old stuff, it's always like something of impact. Because when I was young, a teenager, I had this, you know, teenager a magazine just for girls. Then you see the your pop icon. Now there is this. You see the women. You see this new what we were saying before. This new teenager that buying this magazine. I saw these women and let's say totally different for when of course we were young, just like Britney Spears, all these things. Just another type of and it's we can say it's better for a certain point because you have more choices to and you choose who you want to be, of course. But how does it feel to be in the cover of a magazine? It's a big
uh,
step. I mean, for women
yeah,
especially.
yeah. It's amazing because when I was, a kid, I was buying Metal Hammer like
Hmm.
a fanatic. I love Metal Hammer.
Yeah,
So every month I would see which band was in the cover. And, the
yeah,
cover was a really big deal, and it's still a
yes,
really big deal. Like you said, when you speak about a magazine and not a website, it's a
yeah,
really big deal. Who's on the cover each month?
yes.
So
It's important.
when I saw the cover of Decibel, I was
Hmm.
like, I did the trip to my past. Little Eleni buying the Metal Hammer and seeing, Slayer on the cover, or
Yeah,
Nightwish, or Slipknot, or a huge band. And suddenly I see my face on the cover.
and
It
you
was
was
like,
like, oh my
whoa,
god.
oh, this is happening.
I mean, that's amazing. And I mean, the things that I like also is that any of you, each member is their own style. I mean, there's no one like each other. They are, both of you are completely different. Maybe because different countries, I don't know. But there is this difference, but at the same time, this union that you can see. Or even in the cover, this union, this feeling, because of working so far. I mean, you have to have this union. I mean, for sure, you can just make an album if you don't have the feeling with the other members. But there is a speaking about influences. Of course, I will ask about yours, of course, because I'm speaking with you. But first of all, I want to ask about the musical influences of Nervosa. Right now, it's 2020, in the new information, of course.
Sure. So of course we have the thrash basics,
Yeah,
Slayer,
of
Sepultura,
course.
a lot, especially those two bands. Even the drumming of the new album was inspired mainly from Dale of Barto and Igor Cavalera.
The Lombardo Cavalera,
Uh,
yeah.
so yeah,
A
so these
woman
two
that
bands, of
play it
course.
like that is huge stuff. It means like you're a good drummer. Yeah, congrats.
So these two bands, of course, Anthrax a lot.
Yeah,
Um, also Testament,
Testament. Yeah,
Sodom, Creator, and also we had death metal influences because Diva
really.
Satanica is more death metal oriented.
Yeah.
So
So
yes,
you have
she's
these
really influenced by
these
Septic Flesh.
septic fly. Yeah, you have these we can
Yeah,
say these
she's Septic
small
Flesh.
influences. Yes.
Yeah, which played actually a big role
Hmm.
on the vocals. So
Yeah.
she's influenced by Celtic Flesh, Behemoth, and Arch
Yeah.
Enemy. So this played a big role on the vocals. I'm more influenced by Slipknot.
Yeah.
So hear this on the album. My main influences for the album were Igor Cavalera and Joy Jordison. So you can hear this. And
This is important.
Mia has a huge black metal background
Oh,
because she
it's a
played.
mixture.
Yeah, she played with Abbath. So
Really?
Yes,
Wow.
was basis of ABBA.
She was a
So
bassist of ABBA. ABBA is a huge, 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 huge.
yes, so Mia brought a lot of black metal influence, and you will hear this on the album as
And then
well.
you
So it's a
album,
mixture of
wow.
thrash, death, and black.
Yeah, but also, I mean, it's great because you maintaining, in any case, even of all these influences, different influences, you maintain the old type of thrash metal. I mean, because it's not like the new way. Because right now, if you can see on the there are in Europe especially a lot of young thrash metal bands, and I'm speaking really young guys doing thrash metal
Yes,
old school. But there is all the times this new um, sonority that you kept instead, like on the old times. So you were like a new band, but the old times. So this is good because it's not something that you heard. It's just like keep the music as it was. So when someone say thrash is dead, you can say no, it's not that. And speaking about you, I mean, a woman that play cavalera. I mean, tell me about this. A drummer, a woman. So which are your influences? How you started as a drummer? Because I always want to play a
so
drums. It's but my parents never allowed me. So I, how was it? How is it in the present?
I had a really hard time to convince my mother as well when I was a kid to play drums. So yeah, I get you. Yeah, when I started, my biggest influences were Joy Jordison
Julia, yeah,
until
Julia.
today. Yes. Also Daniel Erlandsson, the drummer of Arch Enemy, and Jukka Nevalainen, the former drummer of Nightwish. So these were
Yeah,
my three biggest
inspiration.
influences when I was a
Yeah,
kid.
yes,
Um, of course, I still like them. I still love them. All three of them are
yeah.
still some of my favorite drummers. But now, I have some different influences, like Annika Nils.
Hmm.
In my opinion, is the greatest female drummer of all time, and she doesn't even play metal. She plays fusion and funk. So I love
Of
her.
course, I mean, playing drums is not just like playing, blast beat or is
Yes,
also having different. I think if you're a drummer, it's basically like you are the core of the band because you gave the time. So given the
yes,
time, you have to just having different influences can be like say fusion or just thrash metal or even I don't know jazz. You're
yes,
so and it's tough. I mean, being as a drummer, I saw because when I, for example, see many guys playing like I say, oh, I play blast beat, and I was watching them going faster and faster. I was okay, I will be able to do this. So, I mean, it's for doing this, you must exercise a lot
yes. You mean exercise? You mean
in
working
drums.
out? Like
Yeah,
in the
I,
drums? Yes.
yeah,
Or also you could go to the gym. Most drummers go to the gym. I don't. I'm
really.
really lazy. But yes, most
Yeah, well,
drummers
me
work
too.
out. But yeah, you need a lot of practice, especially in the first years. Now
Yeah,
I have the privilege of slacking off sometimes, but because
yeah,
when I was younger, I played like crazy. So now
yeah.
I can rest a bit
Yes,
more.
but if you have, for example, to choose, I don't know, we can say five album songs, artists that influenced Eleni as a human, as a woman, during all your
Okay,
childhood, teenage year. I mean, from your first memories till today.
okay. So I will say five albums. Uh,
Okay,
Tough. So let's go. First one,
okay.
Antichrist Superstar by Marilyn Manson.
Manson. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. Second one, Once by Nightwish.
What nice, yeah.
Uh, Third one, Iowa by Slipknot.
Okay,
Fourth, Sempiternal by Bring Me the Horizon.
Bring Me the Horizon, yeah.
And fifth, uh,
It's
I would
tough.
say,
Sometimes it's tough, I know.
uh, Holy Hell by Architect.
Architect. Oh my god, and it's a long time that I don't know speak about this band.
Oh, I love them. I love them so much as a band.
And there is, I mean, usually I say that to the band, for example, there is some touring memories, but since you haven't this
Yeah,
chance
I don't
yet,
have
I
any.
want to ask about you. If you have some touring, I mean, just like I think, like a fan, just going to some tour or to see maybe one of your idols, one of your inspirational musician that you remember mostly and you like mostly to see live performing. So,
Oh,
or some
so
festival.
I've actually gone on a couple of tours, so I have pretty funny memories from this.
Mhm.
Of course, they were really small compared to the tours that Nervosa do
Sure,
and
of
that
course.
will do in the future. But yeah, it was pretty fun. I think the funniest memory is okay. We were on a tour with my band called Ghost Season, and we were on a tour in Slovakia
Yeah.
and Poland and Czech Republic. So
Even when even when from Italy do the same.
yeah, actually, it's nearby, so
Yeah,
we're neighbors, all of us. So yes,
yeah.
so we were in a really small town called
Hmm.
Moldava in Slovakia, and so we played the show. It was a really small venue, and
Yeah.
uh, the staff of the venue were hardly speaking any English.
Oh my god.
So after, yeah, I finished the show. I drank a couple of beers, quite normal. And the guy from the bar couldn't speak English, so he was like, "Come, come, come," and I went to him, and the only word he knew how to say was "shot," shot like drink, but
Drink.
shot.
Yeah.
I hate shots, but I wanted to be polite, so he gave me a shot. But you know, Slovakian people, when they say shot, they mean a huge glass.
Yeah.
So he
We
gave
use
me,
maybe the tiny one. Yeah.
yeah, we use a small one, and they use
Yes.
the,
Yes.
the one for the beer.
Oh
So
my. Yeah.
pour the thing inside that. What I understood it was liquor and tea. It was horrible, disgusting. It
Oh
smelled
my god.
horribly. But I
Yeah.
wanted to be polite. I was like 22 years old. I was much younger, so I drank the whole thing. I felt like I was going to pass away, but oh,
You're
I'm
still
okay. I'm
here.
okay.
You're still
He
here,
gave me
sir.
another one.
Another one. Oh my god.
Yeah, uh, I was like, no, 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 drink, drink, drink. I like you, drink. So I wanted to be
You
polite,
pressed
so
him.
I
You
drank this
pressed him.
too. Yeah, I drank this too. I started, seeing stars and moons around me. So, and then he poured a third one. And I managed to take two sips.
Hmm.
And after that, I just felt black everywhere. I
Yeah, of
grabbed a
course.
chair and I was
Yeah.
about to pass away. And
They they are
one of
used
my
to
friends from
drink.
the band, yeah, yeah, they drink a lot.
Uh,
Like, because I'm really small, one of my friends grabbed me and pulled me on his shoulder, and he started carrying me to the hotel. And on the road to the hotel, I was telling him random stuff about my childhood, about my crush at that moment, like the story of my life.
just
And
a book.
yeah, and then he threw me on the bed, and he asked me, "Do you want to puke?" No, 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 I'm okay. Go to the guys. I will be okay. And as soon as he left, I puked everywhere, all over the room.
I mean, of course, I mean that huge glasses of liquor. I mean, it's I mean, also if you drink also beer, it's like mixing. It's a normal. I
Yes,
mean, it's
it
normal.
was horrible.
Yes,
Yeah, and
but
then I woke up at 6 a.m.
oh my god,
and I wanted to
devastated.
take some air. So the only place that I had to go, because it was a really small
Yeah.
town, it was a cemetery
Oh my
nearby the
god.
hotel. Yeah, so I started walking around the cemetery, and when I tried to go back to the hotel to go back in, they had locked the door. So I was locked out of the hotel, next to a cemetery, freezing, and with a huge hangover.
Oh my
And
god.
they opened the door 4 hours later. So this is my story.
Oh my god, you was, this is you can write like and I don't know or maybe make a video about it or some song of Nervosa, because it could be like a caption for a video. But and how is the the metal scene in Greece? Because I'm planning a tour with an American singer. She's called Leather Leonen. She's an heavy metal vocalist. She's the, we can say, the daughter of Ronnie James Dio, because they were really close. Of course, we are speaking a woman that played with also with Doro Pesce, so just like huge woman. I don't want to say old, but really huge woman that my mom's age. So I'm planning a tour with her around the Europe. And we want one of the first things that we wanted to do is like going like, instead of doing I don't know, Germany, the Slovakia. We want to
Yes.
do since I'm in Sicily, we wanted to do like Sicily, Malta, Cyprus, and then go down in Greece, just the opposite. How is the scene
Yes.
over there? Because she has a lot of fun in Greece. There is some really huge local, I mean, not huge, but cool venue to play in Greece.
Yes, especially in Athens, we have
Yeah.
really good venues.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the best ones are called Gagarin
Mm-hmm.
and Faz. Also, we have Kitaro. These are the three biggest,
Very biggest.
indoors
Yeah.
venues. The best three, and then we have Ant Club also, which is pretty decent. Yeah, we have very good
I,
venues in Athens.
I could
And
contact you when I have to book for, because right now there are all these.
yes,
As today I watched the news, there is a new variant of the virus. It's from England. It's terrible. So just I'm waiting to know a little. Maybe when because I just already started to contact some country. I could contact you. Maybe you send me the
yeah,
names.
sure.
It would
We
be great
have really good.
to do maybe like a gigs with Nervosa, Leather Leone. It would be like a funny
Oh,
thing.
this will be epic, epic, of
Yes,
course.
because I mean, she's coming from the 80s. I mean, but like a huge woman opening. I advise you because she was playing, she was a singer of a band called Chastain in the 80s. But then she goes with her own band, just Leather Leone's band. And I admire her as a woman because I didn't know her when I was a child, teenager. I have just like the old teenager, the pop icon like Madonna, all these things. But when I met her, I was like in my 20s. She became pretty much my icon because she's not like a woman like Doro Pesce, Lita Ford. I'm not. I mean, they are great as well, but she's like the heavy metal woman, just at 62 years old, wearing just a shirt and a jeans, black jeans, boots. That's it. Black hair and singing. Just simple as
Great.
this is the for me this is the best things because when you're yourself and because Ronnie James Dio once told her one thing: you have to choose between your voice and your skin. Because if you want to be famous, maybe in the 80s you have to show more skin. And then
Okay.
she chose her voice, and that's why she's not became famous as Doro and the other one. But if you listen to her, she's really amazing. You really remain like, wow, what the hell? She's a woman or a man? You don't understand
Well,
who is singing. Yeah, yeah, she's amazing, and I think that it's hard to find. This is why if I knew you before I because of course I knew you, but I had this. It's not a podcast. I had this. We can say episode on Poison Rock. Every week we interviewed a woman of metal. We interviewed the
mhm.
singer of Mother Thunder, I think, and I interviewed Leather. So you could be there because it would be amazing having different, singer, drummer, guitarist. Because I
Yes.
think it's all the women, if you even if you're a journalist, if you're a singer, a musician, whatever, just if we have to say you we have to stay united because it's not easy, as you can say, being in a world full of male bands.
Actually,
Because
yeah, it's not
yes,
easy. Yeah.
because it's like you are always attacked or just they have 10 eyes on you. They look, even if you do small mistakes, they just look. Maybe if it's like I don't know the angel, they are the angel. But for as I know, as Nervosa are like just like we can say the angel of the female thrash metal. I mean, because you made like such a huge, we can say, huge career until today. And speaking about today, what you, of course, would say about this new upcoming album that it will be, I mean, like in almost a month release?
Yeah, it's almost 1 month.
Yeah,
What I would say is that I really love this album. I'm so proud of it, really proud
it's
of it.
amazing.
It's the outcome of a lot of hard work, a lot of fun because we had crazy fun in Spain
Yeah,
while we were doing it, um, and also it's the outcome of work of four completely different people
that's
because it's
amazing.
like you said, we are so different, but
Yeah,
we are so great together
yeah,
because it's like we fit with each other,
yeah,
despite the fact that we're from different countries, we look different, we have
yeah.
different, different
Backgrounds, yeah,
characters. We even listen to different music at some point. So we're so different, but we're great together as a company and also as musicians. I think
yeah.
we
I think
work
also,
really
yeah.
greatly together.
And I think that's what really matters to me being a band. You don't have to be for living in the same city or in the same country. Y- because when you are a band, you can be spread all around the world. Because right now, thanks to all these social media, internet platforms we have like I'm interviewing, for example, interviewing you. That usually these things happen during the festival. That of course
Yeah.
are always that is the better way. If in fact if there is I don't know some festival, I will contact you. Eleni, wait, we do and next interview speaking about this things because I, for example, I made I was a photographer of Summer Breeze in Germany,
Hmm.
and I had the chance to interview some bands over there. But I went as photographer. But when I met, for example, some um, usually were the smaller bands that now are a bigger band. For example, I remember when Ginger, you know Ginger, she was small,
Yes.
small, small. I had the chance to interview her. I didn't catch her. I just was looking for other band, and she just passed me like I said, damn it, I could catch her. So this is a and also is a different things because you are sitting there with the band, you speak with the band, you drink a beer with the band, you laugh, you watch someone in it's different. You also have a different bound, a different we can say feelings, connection that maybe lasts also in the times. But right now we have these and we have to we can say just going with the things that hope for the next 2020, just 2021, just to have some lives. I don't know if there is some,
Yes.
speaking about, of course, future projects. We speak about the albums. There is some tours, some live gigs that you have booked for the new years.
Yes, we have booked some shows for the summer of
Oh,
2021, but still it's uncertain if they'll
yeah,
happen. And
yes, yes,
this is up to the promoters and
yes.
the
Is
guys
it,
who.
it will be like the promotion of the, it will be like a tour, a promotional tour?
No, nothing about tour yet, but we
Yeah.
have a festival
Oh.
in Bulgaria
Mhm.
with Slipknot, and we have
Wow,
yeah, Slipknot and Mon Amarth, and also a festival in Czech Republic with Judas Priest, Nightwish,
really good, really
Sepultura.
huge.
Yes, but it's still really uncertain if they'll
Yes,
happen.
unfortunately, yeah,
So, I can't promise anything, and that's
yeah,
why we haven't announced a tour yet, because it's not
yeah.
nice to announce a tour and then cancel it.
Yes,
So
yes,
we're just
I
waiting.
understand. Yes, that's why I'm I just say, for example, to the people with these singers that we are planning a tour, but we don't know if it will be in the summer, in the fall, in the next winter, because we don't want to say, for example, we will be in I don't know in Greece in June because we don't know anything because it's hard even for the venue to take this risk because they have to pay money. They got a lot of money to pay the band, the manager, everything, and they get. I mean, it's just to be careful right now. Just we have to go and wait step by step. But I also saw in your Facebook pages, your website, that you have a lot of really cool merchandising mug. I love. I'm a huge fan of mugs, so when I see it, I was like, wow, that's amazing! That's amazing. I mean, that's
Thank you.
really cool because I like when bands just don't do just simply shirts or hats or bags, but they also do mugs, but really
Yes,
not the simple mugs, just that mugs with, for example, with the faces, but just cool. I mean, these are things that I love. And
yes, exactly.
yeah, this is I think that, of course, I think it's most for the new, you can say for the new, not new band, but for the band of the 2000 era, because before, of course, they have just shirts, and this is why I really wish you good luck with this new album that I can't wait to listen. And of course, if you want, we can do another interview for when it will be out, the album, maybe 1 month later, speaking about the album. If there are in plans new video, you planned some video for the new album.
I cannot say about this
Okay, so
a lot of
maybe
things, but
give.
the only thing I can say
Mhm.
is that wait for more stuff to come
Okay,
in
so
general. So yeah,
maybe in the spring of the next year we will do an updating of the always going on the situation.
sure,
It's amazing. So
of course,
just a
I'd be
mess,
glad to.
just a message to Eleni's fans, and Nervosa fans, and people from Italy, Greece, just for anyone,
I will send a general message to anyone
anyone.
that supports Nervosa from any corner of the world, and so me, because I'm a part of Nervosa. So
Yes,
thank
true.
you, everyone, for everything that you do, because we wouldn't be able to do this album and anything else without you. I hope you stay healthy and safe, because these are really hard times.
Yeah.
But listen to music to gain more strength to face these
Yes,
times.
yes, and I have few more.
And
So thank you so
yes,
much.
so thank you for everything. And I can't wait to meet everyone on a
Yes.
festival or on a venue or somewhere in the world.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Eleni. It was really
Thank
a
you for
nice
having me
interview.
a lot. Thank you for
Thank you
having
so
me.
much. Really, what a pleasure. Because when I speak to a woman, it's just like speaking with a friend, and it's
Yes.
always amazing speaking with huge. I spoke 20 days ago, I think, with Alex Kolnick from Testament. It was a huge
Whoa.
interview. Or with David Ellefson. It was like, oh my god, from Megadeth. They are really super professional, but when you speak with a woman, and it's always different. You can speak
Yes.
freely. It's just
Exactly.
speaking like a friend next to you, close to you, and of course I can, when I make a question, you understand my point of view. That's always different. That speaking with a man musician. So thank you so much, and
I agree.
really I
Thank
invite you to be a drummer. I want to be a drummer as well.
you.
Maybe one day you will give me lessons.
uh, you could start.
Oh
Of course,
really?
you could start. Yeah,
Thank
think
you.
about it. It's never too late.
Yeah.
And why not?
Okay, so maybe one day I will contact you through Skype and we will make a drum session, drum lessons through Skype.
Sorry, I lost you for a bit. So
I
sorry, the
said, I said
connection.
maybe if I'm about a drum, so we can start a lessons through Skype.
Why not? It would be fun.
Yes, for sure. Thank you so much, and I now hope to see
Thank you for
you
having me again.
in some festival and drinking just not liquor, not herbal, just beer. That's the better things.
Yes, yes, I learned my lesson.
Okay, thank you so
So
much,
thank you
Ellen.
again, and I hope to meet you in person soon.
It meets me as well. Thank to you and greetings to the other girls.
Bye.
Free alone.